This is the first section of a two-part tutorial looking at drawing isometric cylinders.
Alright, so in the next of these video tutorials we're going to look at combining some of the things that we've already learnt, and we're going to draw a cylinder, which is essentially some circles inside of a cube. And so I'm going to initially draw two circles, and those are going to be the outside edge and the inside edge of my cylinder, and then we're going to draw a box, and that's going to be the crate around the cylinder, and I'll explain what a crate means when I get to that stage. So first let's draw our cylinders, our circles. Let's assume that the outside dimensions of our outside circle are 80 millimeters. So I'm going to start by drawing, you remember, a vertical line. Now you'll notice I'm keeping my lines here nice and light. Those are construction lines. So they're lines that we won't actually see in the final drawing, or we'll see but only really faintly. Now I measure 80 millimeters up my edge, 80 millimeters from 0, and I'll make some marks. And then I'm going to draw some lines at 30 degrees coming back from this edge. And this will be the square that my circle sits in. So you'll remember from the last video that isometric circles always sit inside isometric squares. So again, some nice light lines. Make sure that these are 80 millimeters each. Now, if I draw a line between those 2 points that I've just made, it should be exactly vertical. It is. Now, what we'll do is we'll draw the outside circle first, and then I'll draw the inside circle. Now, it's going to get a little bit complex, a little bit messy, but hopefully you'll still be able to follow along. So remembering to draw a circle, we draw a line between the two opposite points there and the two opposite points here. And then we draw a line running across this way and a line running down that way, and they should be in our center point. Remembering halfway between these 2 points here is where the line will start. So half of 80 is 40. And that'll be the same this way. Half of 80 is 40. Now, you might have noticed on the last two videos that these lines always tend to go through the center line there. That's always going to be the case. So instead of measuring these out every time, what we can just do is use our 30-60 set square to plot lines that run through the center where these two lines here cross. So I'm just going to do that, and it hits my 40 millimeter mark quite nicely, and I'll just do a line up and down, a vertical line, and once again it hits my mark nicely and it goes through the center. So using my compass now, I won't explain everything as I'm going along because you will have seen this in the earlier tutorial videos. I can scribe my outside arcs. And now finding the center points for the smaller of those arcs. From the top to the corner, I'll draw a line where it crosses this longer axis. So my center point. And I'll draw a line from the bottom to that corner. That's my center point there. So there we have one isometric circle. So what I need to do now is draw the inside circle of the cylinder. So it's going to be a circle that starts at the same center point there, but it's going to be smaller. Let's make it have a diameter of 60 millimeters because that's easy to work with. So what I'm going to do now is draw a box, or a crate, or a square, that the inside circle can sit inside. And so I'm going to measure 30 millimeters along this line that way, and 30 millimeters along the line that way, to find out where the edges of my crate are. And I can draw vertical lines straight up that go through that point, those points. I'm going to do the same, measuring up and down this vertical line here. 30 millimeters and 30 millimeters. And I'll use my 30-60 set square to mark in the bottom and top edges of that box, of the new box. Now what you'll notice about this new box is you can see it here. I'm actually going to make this one slightly darker so you can see where I'm working. But what you'll notice about it is that the lines that we made for our larger box actually cross through the corners of our new box. And that's always going to happen, which is a good thing. So it means we don't actually have to draw new lines.